It would not be a poor comparison to liken the Imperial Guard to any modern professional military force, but it would be to compare a modern military to the mortal cultists of chaos. Whilst renegades and traitors swell the ranks of the lost and the damned that follow the ruinous powers, much of their mortal numbers are filled with once normal civilians who were converted or conscripted into servitude via any number of methods of corruption. The cultists that serve the World Eaters, however, are of a different breed entirely. Where a soldier of the Imperium may be likened to a modern trooper, it would be more accurate to compare a Jakhal to the inhabitants of maximum security prisons for violent offenders. Jakhals are not typically trained military personnel, but rather those who have endured and survived a life of violence, and in that journey found some purpose in the worship of Khorne. A Jakhal is not inducted into a pack lightly, however. There are trials and tests of loyalty and ferocity. It is not enough to be a crazed thug, there must also be a measure of true devotion, perhaps the dark mirror of honour even. Whilst they are violent, furious warriors, the nature of Jakhals is as their namesake. They hunt and fight in packs. Small groups of these psychopaths work together in loose organisation. They each follow a pack leader and will often make use of a dishonoured, a hulking mortal gene-crafted and stemmed to the gills, close in size to an Astartes, able to better brawl with the tougher opposition the galaxy will throw at them. As mortal followers of the World Eaters, Jakhals are some of the least cared for assets within the Legion, and that Legion is not one known for its respect or care for its materiel. Nevertheless, butcher surgeons of the World Eaters craft and provide stim tanks for their Jakhals, vats that the mortals wear, each filled with drugs and elixirs to push them to great heights of anger and berserk rage. Fittingly, each mixture is baptized with 8 drops of Legion blood to fully synthesize and cement their bond with the Legion. Many World Eaters warbands make use of Jakhals, predominantly as a first wave of assault, massive numbers of crazed mortals to destabilize and overwhelm enemy strongholds and positions, essentially a blood-crazed meat shield to open the way for the berserkers and 8-bound to follow. Horcruxes elect and the Murderbringers are 2 such warbands that utilise their cultists in this way. But anywhere the blood god is worshipped, there will be humans insane enough to follow whatever dark masters are there to command them. Additionally, compared to typical human warriors serving chaos, Jakhals are reasonably well equipped. They will often bear auto pistols or some other token sidearm, but far more importantly, they will be festooned with size-appropriate chainswords and chain axes, or even great skull-smasher maces. Their natural strength, coupled with the stims in their vats, allows these mere humans to dual-wield chain weapons to some reasonable degree of accuracy, and certainly to a competent degree of slaughter. Nevertheless, no matter how ferocious and terrifying these cultists may be on the battlefield, they are ultimately just chaff to their masters, and are not particularly prized or cared for by the Legion. Like anything to a World Eater, they are a weapon to be used quickly and brutally, and whether they survive the battle or not is unimportant, only that the battle occurs and blood is spilled.